a concern I have, and I wonder if it's proper or founded, that is, sometimes we use definitions or phrases to try and own a situation. Some people could argue that if we can't understand something, as long as we can give it a name, we think we can control it. The opposite of that, the consequence of that sometimes is I think we're too quick to name things. Well, if that's anxiety, then this is how it behaves. Your work seems to be to help people not just to simplistically label something, and to think about what are the emotions around it, what are the consequences, and if it is X, how do we move forward? So when you and I think we do that with kids too often. It's ADD. Oh, fine. Now I understand it. I can control it. Is there a consequence of too quick to define?
Yeah, that's a really interesting point, Jim. And that's actually a big source of debate and discussion within the scholarly community of psychologists, right? Is because a term like ADD, in some senses, it's just descriptive, it's just describing a cluster of symptoms, but it's not necessarily really saying anything about what created that cluster of symptoms. And so you're exactly right that putting labels on things can be helpful because it helps us to organize and define things.
Yes.
But what it also can do is it can externalize the thing, right? So we can start talking about it almost like the weather, like, oh, it's raining today, I need my umbrella, or oh, I have anxiety, I'm gonna, take this pill or whatever. And by the way, nothing wrong with taking a pill, whatever works for people, I'm 100% into. But what I think they miss sometimes is the opportunity of the struggle, is the opportunity of actually learning and working and getting to know yourself better as you come to understand, like, oh, gee, I guess the reason I get so panicked is because I have this big fear of failure. And instead of just numbing my awareness of that fear, what if I explored the fear and took it as an opportunity to build deeper confidence? That's what a lot of, kind of leaning into the anxiety and not being afraid of it can help people and discover there's actually oftentimes there's big sources of energy that we have there that we don't want to miss out on.